Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Poland. Today we're diving into something that might just make you rethink everything you thought you knew about working life. Imagine a place where 26 days of paid vacation isn't a luxury, but a right. Where new parents aren't scrambling for unpaid leave, but celebrating months of paid time with their little ones. Sounds like a dream, right? For many Americans, it absolutely is. But for millions in Poland, it's just life. And in this video, we're going to uncover exactly how Poland's approach to work-life balance is not just different, but often outright shocking to those of us used to the relentless grind of the American work ethic. Get ready, because what you're about to hear might just make you consider booking a one-way ticket. You see, in the United States, the concept of work is often intertwined with a fierce sense of individualism and self-reliance. The prevailing idea is that if you work hard enough, you'll succeed and your benefits are a direct result of your negotiations or your company's generosity. There's no federal law mandating paid vacation days. Think about that for a second. Zero. Most private sector workers average around 10 to 15 days after years of service. And that's a benefit, not a guarantee. Now picture being an employee in Poland. From day one, you're legally entitled to a minimum of 20 paid vacation days, climbing to 26 after a few years. Plus, you get an additional 10 to 13 public holidays. That's potentially over 5 weeks of paid time off every single year by law. Can you imagine the difference that makes in people's lives? The ability to truly disconnect, recharge, and spend quality time with family without the looming dread of lost income? It's a fundamental shift in mindset. And it's not just about vacation. Let's talk about one of the most stressful periods in anyone's life: bringing a new child into the world. In the US, the Family and Medical Leave Act, or FMLA, offers 12 weeks of unpaid leave for new parents, and even that only applies to certain employees at larger companies. For many, taking that leave means a significant financial hit, if they can even afford to take it at all. It often forces parents back to work far sooner than they'd like, or pushes one parent out of the workforce entirely. Now let's look at Poland. New mothers typically get 20 weeks of paid maternity leave, followed by an additional 41 weeks of paid parental leave that can be shared between both parents. That's nearly a year of paid time dedicated to welcoming and bonding with a new child. Dads aren't left out either, with 2 weeks of paid paternity leave. What impact do you think that has on family bonds, on early childhood development, and on the overall mental well-being of new parents? It's a world apart, truly. Beyond these big-ticket items, Poland's approach to worker protection is woven into the very fabric of its labor laws. Take sick leave, for example. In many parts of the US, if you're sick and can't work, you simply don't get paid, or you dip into your precious vacation days. In Poland, you're entitled to paid sick leave, with your employer or Social Security covering a significant percentage of your salary. This isn't just about money, it's about public health. It means people are less likely to come to work sick, spreading illness, because they don't have to choose between their health and their paycheck. And then there's healthcare itself. In the US, for millions, health insurance is tied to employment. Lose your job, lose your insurance. It's a constant source of anxiety. In Poland, universal public health care means that link is largely severed. Your health isn't dependent on your employment status, offering a fundamental layer of security that many Americans can only dream of. It's easy for us on the Poland channel to talk about these differences, but I really want to hear from you. For our Polish viewers, what are your experiences with these benefits? Do you feel they truly contribute to a better quality of life? And for our American viewers, how do these Polish policies strike you? Do they sound appealing, or perhaps even a little unrealistic? Let me know in the comments below. Your thoughts and stories are what make this community so vibrant. And while you're down there, why not hit that like button if this video is making you think, and subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss our next deep dive into what makes Poland such a fascinating country. Another striking contrast is in the concept of overtime and job security. In the US, while there are laws regarding overtime pay, the pressure to work long hours can be immense, and it's often seen as a sign of dedication. There are also fewer legal limits on how much overtime an employer can demand. Poland's labor laws, however, place stricter limits on the maximum number of working hours and overtime annually. Overtime is compensated, but there's an emphasis on not overworking employees in the first place. And when it comes to job security, the American at-will employment doctrine means you can often be fired for almost any reason, or no reason at all, as long as it's not discriminatory. Polish employment contracts, on the other hand, generally offer more protection, making it harder for employers to terminate someone without a valid, legally defensible cause. This greater sense of stability allows people to plan their lives, invest in their futures, and pursue passions outside of work, without the constant fear of sudden unemployment. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, this all sounds amazing, but does it come at a cost? And it's a fair question. While Poland's generous benefits are legally mandated, that doesn't necessarily mean Polish people work fewer hours overall compared to some Western European counterparts. In fact, some data suggests Poles can still put in a significant number of hours each week, partly because fewer people work part-time. However, the crucial difference lies in that guaranteed, legally protected time off. It's about the quality of rest and rejuvenation, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing those benefits are enshrined in law, not just subject to the whims of your employer. It creates a baseline of dignity and respect in the workplace that profoundly shapes everyday life. So, when Americans hear about Poland's work-life balance, it often elicits a mix of envy, surprise, and sometimes even a little disbelief. It challenges the deeply ingrained belief that extreme hours and minimal benefits are just the unavoidable price of a strong economy. Poland offers a powerful counter-narrative, showing that a society can prioritize employee well-being and still thrive. It's a testament to a different philosophy, one where the human element, the family unit, and personal time are seen as foundational, not just secondary considerations. It's about building a society where work serves life, rather than life serving work. Before we wrap up today, I want to take a moment to ask you to consider sharing this video with friends or family who might be interested in these fascinating cultural and legal differences. You never know who might be inspired by Poland's example. And if you want to dive even deeper into specific aspects of Polish culture, history, or daily life, check out the links we've put in the description below. We've got more content that I think you'll really enjoy. Ultimately, Poland's work-life balance isn't just about statistics or legal frameworks, it's about a fundamental cultural value that places a high premium on family, rest, and personal well-being. It's a stark reminder that there isn't just one way to structure a working society. For many Americans, witnessing this approach is a genuine shock to the system, a glimpse into a world where the lines between work and life are drawn with a different kind of respect and protection. It forces us to ask, what if there's a better way? What if we could all have a little more Poland in our lives? Thank you for joining me on The Poland Today, and I'll see you in the next video.